Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here. Last night, Sacramento, California, I was able to attend WWE Monday Night Raw in the Golden One Center. This was honestly the first wrestling show that I have attended since No Mercy 2016. The last time I was at Monday Night Raw was in Dallas at WrestleMania 32. I didn't really realize I had gone cold turkey like that, but my girlfriend surprised me Sunday night that she had bought me Monday Night Raw tickets for Christmas. We had pretty good seats. We sat in the 100s. I had to clock into work on Monday at 12:30 a.m. I ended up staying at my work until noon, almost pulling 12 hours of bullshit. But I left work, went home, hit up the KFC. Next thing I knew, I was sitting in my seat at Monday Night Raw, getting ready to have a good night. Last night, it was a good show. I can honestly tell you that I did fall asleep in my seat watching the women's gauntlet match. I don't remember Dana Brooke being eliminated. I do remember Sasha Banks coming out to a huge ovation. I honestly think Sasha Banks was one of the most over people that was at the show the entire night. But probably the biggest thing that happened was Vince McMahon having his historic announcement for Monday Night Raw. Vince came out and he brought out Stephanie. Stephanie brought out Triple H. Triple H brought out Shane. Next thing you know, you've got all the members of the McMahon family standing there in the ring, basically, trying to make this historic announcement that they're going to change Monday Night Raw and they're going to fix it and make it better and they're going to listen to the fans. Who else was sitting there, listen to this historic announcement and think they didn't basically say anything? This was a big, huge, historic waste of time that we will look back at. They're sitting here saying that they're going to listen to the fans and give them what they want. I'm sitting here in my seat yelling at them, give me 2 hours of Monday Night Raw. Now, I ain't stupid, all right? I know economics. I know that the USA Network gave them a lot of money to put on Monday Night Raw for 3 hours each and every Monday, and that's the reason why we get 3 hours. I understand that them running that company, they can't just basically throw that money out the window, so I know why they do it. But I do know that that show, honestly, would be a lot better if it was 2 hours and you didn't feel like you had to sit through an entire night of wrestling. And I know that that sounds horrible for a wrestling fan to have, but we only got so much time in our lives. Who's got time to sit there for 3 hours and watch Raw and then, turn around the next day and watch SmackDown, and then here we go on Wednesday, you got NXT. Honestly, in my opinion, NXT is one of the best shows they got on TV, and it's only an hour long, and I got this thing in my head that I feel bad that I don't watch Raw or SmackDown, so it almost blocks me from, sitting down to watch NXT because I feel bad that those are the more important shows and I haven't got a chance to check them out. So, basically, Vince, Shane, Stephanie, Triple H, they say that they're going to fix this. They're going to be seeing new faces on Monday Night Raw, which means that they're going to be bringing out, NXT people. Like, that's never gone wrong for them, right? I mean, out of, let's say, 100 people that have got calling up from NXT, how many of those guys are really over? I mean, how many times have you seen somebody come up in NXT, they light a fire under them, and then within 2 months, you forget about him. I mean, Dana Brooke, when she came up, she was getting a huge push, and then it just basically got, cooled off. When was the last time that Sasha Banks and Bayley were doing anything that was really meaningful on the Monday Night Raw roster? Finn Balor won the championship, but since then, what's that guy been doing? If you want to talk about people that, aren't really like main eventers that came through NXT, Mojo Rawley is a guy that honestly, in my opinion, at least deserves a shot to be on Monday Night Raw. No Way Jose, I think somebody told me when I asked about him, he might have been injured. I was looking forward to getting down with No Way Jose last night. But, I mean, he's a guy that, came up to the main roster. He was, meaningful for 2-3 weeks, and then he was gone. And unless you were watching main events or superstars or some bullshit like that, you were going to be able to see No Way Jose. I mean, that was it. I think that honestly they're abusing NXT. They're taking the talent away from NXT too fast. The names that they announced, Nikki Cross, I think could be a really big deal. Heavy Machinery is a team in NXT that, you know, was a real big deal. They seemed like they were getting over, and then all of a sudden, the Authors of Pain came through and, you know, just killed these guys. And I really haven't heard anything from these guys since. So why they got moved up, I don't know. Lacey Evans, I think that she's somebody who has a bright future in WWE. But there's no way in the world that she has any business being called up to the main roster right now. She didn't even really get her character to the point where we figured out what the hell it was in NXT, let alone seeing her build up a string of winning matches to get behind her character as somebody that could actually win matches. That one big dude, I think his name's like Lars or something like that. I look at him, I honestly think of Gene Stinsky, and I think it's the guy that they bring up. They build him up, and the next thing you know, he loses the big match. He'll probably lose to like Braun Strowman or something like that, and then all of a sudden you're left with, now what do we do with this guy? You know, I think that honestly last night going to Raw was fun. I do understand, you know, going to the shows is better than actually watching them on TV. I will tell you that honestly there were some matches that went down that I was honestly pretty bored through, even though I was excited to be at the show. But that historic announcement, 3 types of fail. Really bad stuff. They didn't do anything. They made promises they didn't deliver on. And I think WWE Monday Night Raw is a long way